Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be looking at the AMVR facial interface and the facepad to replace the original foam interface on the Quest 2 because it can irritate the skin, and I gotta say I'm really liking it as much as I like the VR covers version, and I think certain things about the AMVR I even like better than VR covers. But is it enough to completely switch over to the AMVR facial interface? And by the way guys, I've been playing Gorn lately on the Quest. I've been mixing it up with my workouts in VR. So far I'm liking the game so much that I'm giving away a free copy for Oculus Quest. So if you're interested, let's go check it out. So as far as the AMVR kit, it comes with a facial interface, 2 foam pads, a thinner and a thicker version, and a nose guard to prevent the light leakage. But in addition to that, they also provide a lens cover and then 2 side foam wedges to help also prevent light leakage. And that cost is $26.99 US versus the VR cover that comes with a facial interface, nose guard, 2 foam pads, and that costs $29 US. Now if we take a look at both the facial interface, they do have a vent design or spaces along the top here to help prevent the fogging of the lenses, but you'll notice the gap on the AMVR version is a bit wider to help with the issue. And for me, it really does solve some of the fogging issues I had. Also, you'll notice a bit more flexibility on the facial interface. That also includes this soft rubber-like material that's wrapped around the frame versus the VR cover facial interface is all plastic. But honestly, for me, I didn't notice too much of an improvement in playing VR experiences when it comes to the flexibility of the facial interface. Now, both the kits comes with these detachable silicone nose guards. I feel the AMVR nose guards material is a bit thinner and lighter than the VR covers version. It's actually really simple to attach the nose guard onto the AMVR facial interface. There are these 2 openings on the nose guard, and you just need to attach it from the front of the interface. Now when you put on the headset with the nose guard, I still have this small gap in this area where you can see your physical surroundings, so it's not completely dark for me, but this all depends on your facial features. Versus VR cover's nose guard has 4 attachment points here, and you just need to attach it from behind the facial interface. And similar to the AMVR version, when you put on your headset, you can still see a small space in the nose area between you and the headset. Now what I really don't like about the AMVR facial interface is the orange frame around it. The light from the outside tends to reflect onto the orange frame, which makes the frame a lot more noticeable during a VR experience, especially towards the front of the frame. But playing in a darker area around your home does help where the frame is less noticeable, so it really depends on your lighting situation. But I'm wondering if there's any special type of safe waterproof model paint that we can use to cover the orange frame. Now if you use a glass spacer that comes with the Oculus headset, where normally we can place it behind the original foam padding to help make room for your glasses, just know you can apply this with the AMVR facial interface. You just basically have to align these with these inserts here and then snap it right in. But with the VR cover version, the glass spacer is not actually compatible, so if you want more space, VR cover suggests using their thicker foam replacement to create that extra space. And speaking of foam replacement, they're both made of PU leather and foam. They're easy to clean where you can use something like a cloth to wipe any sweat away, and both are easy to install. You just have to align these pads right along the Velcro facial interface. Now on AMVR foam replacement, there are these small holes on the pads, which makes it more breathable around your skin compared to the VR cover version, but I'm definitely curious about the sweat draining into the pad itself. I'm gonna have to test it further before I can determine this can actually be an issue. If so, I can imagine it requires a bit more cleaning. Now as far as the thickness of the foam padding between the VR cover and AMVR, you can visually see it's different. Overall, AMVR foam replacement is just thinner. So here's AMVR's thinnest foam replacement versus VR cover's version. And here's AMVR's thickest foam replacement versus VR covers. So because of AMVR's version is thinner, it provides a bit of wider field of view or FOV for your VR experiences. So you're definitely a lot closer to lenses when you're using the AMVR thinnest cushion. However, for me, it's also not the most comfortable option because of how thin it is. And normally I choose thinner cushions out of the 2. So the thinner one actually left red marks on my forehead because of the additional pressure and the lack of cushion. Now with the thicker cushion, it does feel better and didn't leave much of a red mark on my forehead, and it may just be enough for some of you in terms of comfort. And by the way, if you feel like you need a tighter seal around your face, or if your face is too small, you can actually use these Wedge foam pads that AMVR provides to help improve the fit around your face shape and hopefully help prevent any light leakage. You just have to put these on each side of the facial interface, then position them along the Velcro strip, and the foam replacement would just be resting on top of them. So they're not actually attached together. I personally don't need these, but I just wanted to let you guys know just in case you were wondering about the wedges. Now for me, I feel the VR cover foam padding is ultimately more comfortable because of the additional cushion, and with the combination of the elite strap, it doesn't leave any marks on my forehead. So if you like the AMVR facial interface, but the AMVR foam replacement is just not enough cushion, you can actually mix the two kits together where you can actually use the VR cover foam replacement and attach it to the AMVR facial interface. Especially if you like using the official glass spacer that comes with the Quest 2 headset, because like I said earlier, you can easily attach it to the AMVR facial interface. Plus you'll notice a wider space here around the nose area. The VR cover foam replacement is just a bit shorter where it doesn't reach all the way to the end of the facial interface Velcro. And while working on VR, I do feel the AMVR facial interface does a bit better job in venting the heat away from the lenses that's being generated inside the headset, resulting in less fogging. And if you're wondering if you could use the AMVR pads onto the VR cover facial interface, the pads are longer so it will go past the nose guard, but if you start to line it up right before the nose guard, it kind of fits. If you look along the side of the cushion, it won't match the facial interface perfectly, but there was just enough padding where my head wasn't actually touching the facial interface. Now I just want to preference the choice of the facial interface and the foam replacement really depends on your face shape and size. But just know that you can mix some parts of the kits together to add a bit of customization. Now if I had to choose one kit over the other, then I would probably choose VR cover just because of the comfort of the pads, even though it's not as breathable as the AMVR pads, and also the VR facial interface is darker. So I've not found the perfect face pad kit, but I suggest if you own a couple of these kits or other ones that are out there, you may want to swap some of the things out and experiment with the different combinations, because you may accidentally find something that fits your face shape even better. Alright, let's move on to Gorn. Like I said earlier, I'll be giving away a free copy for the Oculus Quest platform. Now, for those who are not familiar with this game, it's basically a pretty violent VR gladiator game where you use different weapons like swords or spears or hammers to kill, or even find a twisted and creative way to punish your enemies in the arena. Now, if you're kind of squeamish with things getting cut off or seeing virtual blood all over the place, then this is probably a game you might not be interested in. But if you're into this type of chaos, then here's the code to get a free copy. Now it's only redeemable for one person. So just in case you're new to redeeming codes, just log on to your Oculus account and under the Quest platform, look for the game Gorn and click on the redeemable gift button and enter the code that I just displayed and then press the submit button. Now if the code has already been used, it will say the gift has already been redeemed by someone. So if you were the lucky person who got it, let me know what you thought about the game. And I'll be giving away other games in the future if you weren't able to get this one. Maybe you'll get the next one. Anyways, so that's all I got for now. As always, if you liked the video, press the like button and consider subscribing. Talk to y'all later.